Hello everyone and welcome back to Donut Like Donut Read. My name is Julius and with me today I have Adam.
At your service.
And today we are finally doing another Shorties pack. It's been some time but we're back at it again. And with quite a special kind of Shorties pack, I guess.
It ended up being the Shorties
because,
tragedy pack.
Yeah, it turned out that we found three stories that are kind of tragedy based. Well, the first one is about personal tragedy, and then the other two are about real life tragedies. So not completely related, but kind of related.
Let's hope that the authors can handle these sorts of things tastefully.
Yeah. So we're starting with something that I found. It's called The Vist by Nefarious Vestal, and this is for a TV show called Instant Star, which I never heard about, but I think it's a teen drama about a girl who wins a singing competition.
Yeah, I had no idea what this is either. Instant Star. But it's a songfic, so that's cool.
Yeah, but unfortunately they got the name of the song wrong, because the song is not called The Vist, it's called The Visit.
They call it the Vist multiple times.
I think even consistently.
Yeah, so it's like...
So, great.
How do you mess that up? Like, Visit is... Did the author just think that's how Visit was spelled? I guess.
Who knows? Okay, so description reads, Tommy is saying goodbye with IE.
Goodbye.
But to who? Alright, the Vist. Tommy and... I can tell you one of the women in the story is Jude. I'll let you decide which one it is.
What? That's confusing.
Disclamier. Oh, that's a classic misspelling right there. Disclamier.
Disclamier.
Chad Brock owns the song. You should check it out. Song's called The Vist. And it's sad, but good. Again, I don't think it's called that unless he released two songs, like where one's called The Visit and one's called The Vist. Maybe The Vist is like a B-side and that's why I couldn't find it. I'm not quite sure who owns Instant Star. I do know it isn't me. I do have a grasp on reality.
Good for them. They know what they own and don't own. It's good to know those boundaries in your life.
Also, this author's note isn't really... Like, they didn't make it cursive or anything.
Or even put like a line between it.
We're jumping straight from author's note to the actual story, I guess. Unless this is still the author talking. I parked my Viper 2 blocks from my destination. Sorry, I'm so late, but I've been out walking. Not how I would normally treat my precious baby, but tonight I needed to clear my head. Trying to find a way to tell you what I think you already know. I fidget with my bundle of flowers and try to find a way to unburden my soul. I'd never want to hurt you, 'cause darling, I still love you.
I want to find a way from the story.
How do you tell the love of your life you've decided to move on? But things aren't like they used to be, it's time for letting go. I didn't mean to, I was doing another favor for Georgia. Yeah, G's up to her old ways again. Yeah, she's still in the music business.
Business.
Business. I wasn't out there looking. Third time I heard her voice was about a month ago. But a month ago last Sunday. Great. I love when fanfics just take like stuff from the lyrics really literally.
Yeah, I mean, I was
I
looking
love when it's like I'm something about a month ago, and then it's like a month ago this happened.
Yeah. I've seen some songfics actually do this pretty well, where the story, sometimes they don't even put the lyrics, the story is very reminiscent of the song. It goes for the same kind of vibe, but you don't have to put word for word what's happening in the story, you know?
Yeah.
What they do here, it looks just so silly, especially when you put the lyric right before or after it.
Yeah. You'd like her, she sings like an angel, looks like one too. One too, I think. She reminds me of you. I met someone just like you in line at the grocery store. I took her out to our pier. She found the same inspiration you and I always found.
Inspiration.
I don't know, maybe this character is talking with like a southern accent, who knows.
I mean, this is a country song, I think. I was looking it up. So
yeah.
Maybe that kind of fits.
And we've been spending time together. I told her about you today. Yeah, she knows all about you.
This doesn't even feel like a songfic. It feels like the quotate, like with it, it's the parts that are in italics. It feels like this is what's going on in his head.
Yeah, it's kind of starting to blend into each other, like the song and the story.
Reality is beginning to break around us.
I keep thinking about us and how we began. I couldn't dream back the of us ever not being us. Whatever that means. Wait, what? I couldn't dream back the of us ever not being us? Am I
know what they mean, but it's dumb. It's not written well.
Looking back when we first started, I never thought I'd see this day. I was so young, I thought a song could fix anything, so did you. She makes me feel that way again, and as good as she is, part of me would trade her for you. This is not how our story should end. If only I could write the pages, our story wouldn't end this way. I'm glad I can still talk to you. I feel so much better knowing we could have this moment.
It kind of feels like you're talking to yourself right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this isn't actually a story. This is just Julius's inner dialogue, and he's like talking to himself in a mirror.
Yeah, this is basically what my thoughts are like. I hear thunder and I see flashes of lightning in the quickly darking sky. But it looks like it may rain soon, and it's getting kind of late. Great, darking sky, it looks like it may rain soon, great.
Yeah, well, those things track, I guess.
Oh, same for the next two lines. I lay your roses, the pink ones I cut for you just before I came beside you. Oh god, weren't there pink roses in My Immortal?
She hated the color pink. She said she hated the color pink, so there probably
and I think there was a scene where, it was Hagrid bringing her pink roses, and she was like, he bought me pink roses, I hate pink.
Yeah, and then they turn into lyrics or something. My Immortal was a trip.
Then there's like, I think they quote Helena from My Chemical Romance. Yeah, it's something, even if it is probably a trollfic. I mean, probably it most certainly is.
But it made us so happy inside. That's what counts.
Yeah. I'll always bring your roses each time I come to visit. I see Mr. Green gesturing to me. The ones to lock up and go home. I gotta be going now. I miss you.
The
caretaker's waving. He wants to close the gates. I can't stop thinking of how we began. This is so hard to believe. Every time I Vist. They really do spell it consistently this way.
This is how they think visit is spelled.
I guess, yeah. Vist, I have to leave you here alone. It kills a part of me. I love you, baby. Know that I always will. Looking back when we first started, I never thought I'd see this day. As I walk back to the past, the gates end towards my Viper, I keep thinking about us, what might have been. And if only I could write the pages, our story wouldn't end this way. If only I could write the pages, our story wouldn't end this way. Okay, now please review It's Good Karma, and reviewing impresses Tommy.
Who?
Not sure about that, but it can't hurt.
Reviewing
Tommy is
will
the
not
one
impress
from...
us, though, so don't do it.
Tommy is the character from the story, I guess.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the real Tommy is gonna appreciate it. Also, please like this video, because it impresses Factor.
Very much so.
And it's good karma. Yeah, so now from the great tragedy of breaking up with someone to the a hot take, also a pretty big tragedy of World War I.
Ooh.
With...
What do you say?
No, go on.
I was gonna say, these things are equivalent in how tragic they are.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Obviously, it's a very big spectrum in terms of tragedy. Personal tragedy, war tragedy.
I mean, that's the thing. We're representing all, types of tragedy here. So this is something I found a while ago while looking for Horseland stories. It's called Horseland Another Time, as one word, by Darthnick02, and it's something. In Horseland, everyone was prepared for Veterans Day.
When this upcoming Veterans Day is here, it'll also be many years since the end of World War I. Wow. Okay.
Finally, it will be many years.
So many years.
Before that, it was only a few years, but after Veterans Day, it will finally be many years, said Will. You can say that again, Will, said Sarah.
It was tragic. Many people died in the war,
said Elma. But we should be proud, because they sacrifices so much helping their countries, said Molly. Also a great thing to say about World War I, which was famous for having a very just cause behind it, and not just being a bunch of, weird, politics bullshit between imperial countries, so...
Yeah.
While on a break, Sarah goes to Ska... And that's the description. So,
Is this like this... Oh, wait, is this, It looks like this was just the first part of the story.
Yeah, this is just the first part of the story, and they also cut it off in the middle of the last sentence, so... I don't know, do we want to read this again?
Yes.
Okay, in Horseland, everyone was prepared for Veterans Day.
When this upcoming Veterans Day is here, it'll also be many years since the end of World War I,
said Will. You can say that again, Will, said Sarah.
It was tragic. Many people died in the war,
said Elma. But we should be proud, because they sacrifices so much helping their country, said Molly.
It's even worse the
just
second
as
time.
Great the second time. While on a break, Sarah got Scarlet for a ride through the meadow. Oh, the meadow. Moments later. Scarlet, how about we head back? Asked Sarah. Gotta ask the horse for permission first.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the horse is the one doing all of the work. I mean, the horse can just tell you to fuck yourself and buck you off.
I mean, the horses are the true masters. Gulliver's Travels got that right. When she got out of the meadow, everything looked different. Wait, what's going on? How are we in England? Said Sarah.
Oh. That horse ran really far.
Knew it was England. Yeah. Immediately knew it was England. I guess she saw I don't know.
Saw Big Ben.
I guess she saw the Tesco at the horizon. Actually, that's not accurate. They have Tesco in other countries. I think I saw one in Hungary not too long ago, so... While looking around, Sarah asked someone. "Hey, what's the date?" asked Sarah.
She asked
Thanks
twice.
for stating... Yeah, thanks for stating it again.
It's March 7th, 1915.
1915? That means WW1. I need to get back to Horseland, but I need to figure out how.
How did you even
Said
time
Sarah.
travel in the first place? That's the bigger question.
The Scarlet was running really fast, and they were going so fast that it made the world spin backwards. And
Wow, so Scarlet is like the Flash, but in horse form.
Yeah, basically.
This is Flash. This is Horse Point.
This is some deep Horseland lore right here. When she found a ship, she chose to stow away on board. I mean, logically, a day later when she got off, she went she went to France. I guess that's an integral part of going back to the future. You have to go to France first. Those English people, they don't know shit about time travel. But those French guys, they know what's up.
Yeah, they do.
After
they invented it.
After arriving, she witnessed a battle going on. So where did the ship drop her off? Might I ask?
Zone. Maybe they thought she and the horse were soldiers.
I guess the ship went straight to the Ardennes or something? I don't know. While running through the trenches, she heard two voices that sounded familiar.
Will, I'm low on ammo. Hold on, I'm coming.
Then Sarah followed them. After finding them, she saw Bailey and Will wearing World War I military uniforms. You know, just generic World War I uniforms. Yeah. Don't know of which country. Because of this, she found out that she's in an alternate universe.
Oh. Catch.
Okay, I guess our first theory was wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I guess Flash could do that too. So I guess, again, Scarlet just is kind of amazing.
I guess maybe she just sorta went through a portal and now she's in an alternate world. She went to the, like steps, she went into the woods and found a real fucking portal.
Maybe it was like those, the trees in Nightmare Before Christmas that led to different holidays, but instead, they were a bunch of trees that led to different wars, and this one just took them to World War I.
I mean, personally, I would have chose the one that goes to the Emu War. Because I think it would be easier to survive that one.
Yeah.
Said Will.
Got it, cousin.
Said Bailey.
Commander, they're heading back to their trench.
Said Will.
Good work, Sergeant Taggart. That should keep the peace for now. Bailey, you did great.
Said Will.
Thanks, Will. Just should be prepared, because that won't be the only time we're dealing with the Kaiser's men.
Yeah, thanks, I know that, dumbass. You don't say they're gonna attack again. I thought they were gonna go home.
Is this like an episode of G.I. Joe where Cobra flees screaming that he's gonna come back later and like, yeah, we know.
This ain't the last time you've heard of me. Germany blasting off again. Said Bailey. Then they saw Sarah.
Sarah?
Asked Will. He knows her, even though this is an alternate universe.
Maybe this is maybe she's in this one too, but it's like she's a nurse somewhere. I don't know. Actually,
yeah, might be.
Women didn't serve on the front lines in World War I, did they?
I don't actually know.
Yeah, it's actually kind of sad in, American schools, we learn a lot about World War II. We really don't learn that much about World War I. Like, it's definitely mentioned in history, but we don't dig into it as much.
Yeah. I was about to ask you the same thing, answered Sarah.
Okay, I don't know who says this.
I think this is Bailey.
There's a war going on. Will has better experience as he's been here for almost a year. I'm right now a private. Of course.
Guys, I know you're not going to believe me, but I'm from another universe.
Did this ever happen in Horseland?
No. Last time I checked, it's been some time, but last time I checked, Horseland was about like a bunch of teenagers riding on horses and having personal problems, and also some animals talking. So,
this seems like a personal problem. She jumped universes unknowingly.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. This is like the extreme version of the Mandela effect.
Very extreme version. Instead of like Berenstain Bears being spelled differently, you end up in World War I and your friends are soldiers.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Asked Bailey. You see, I was riding Scarlet through a meadow, and when I was about to head back, I somehow ended up here, said Sarah.
I have heard stories about a mysterious gate to other universes, but I thought that was just that, a story,
said Will.
I mean, what else would... Oh, that was Will. Okay, never mind. Will had a very feminine voice there for a moment.
It happens when you're in the trenches all day. Yeah, I don't know. So, I guess I've heard stories about that all the time. Like, everyone knows, don't go into the forest, you might, accidentally stumble into the mysterious gate and end up in World War I.
I mean, that's actually what Nightmare Before Christmas was about. It was a warning to us not to go in the woods and just start opening up trees.
Yeah. You might also end up in the city of Sega, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, I need to get back, said Sarah.
If I remember correctly, it opens once every 4 days, and if my hunch is correct, it'll open in German-occupied territory.
That's some really specific information for you having, like, heard that as a random story that there is a mysterious portal somewhere. I guess it was a part of that story that it would open up, like, in 4 days in German-occupied territory.
He's like a cryptid hunter, but instead of hunting for Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster, he's hunting for portals to get away from World War I.
Yeah, while fighting in World War I.
That's why he's here. He's trying to escape. He's like, I need to go to the future. I need to find the portal to the future.
Said Will. So how do we get in without them finding us?
If we can find a way into the town without them getting suspicious, we could find it, said
So now
Bailey.
You know which town it is? Yeah, it's Bailey.
Whatever, their voices are getting swapped.
Said Bailey. I guess we now know that it's... Like, do we know the town now?
I mean, we already know from previous stories we read. This might be might not have released this one by then, but Germany is a country town, and therefore it's just one town they have to go look for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, said Bailey. After 2 days they found one. Jumping right ahead. To make sure they can get in undetected, they knocked out 2 of the Germans present in the village and took their uniforms. Oh boy. Papiere bitte? Papers, please, asked the soldier.
Corporal, do you remember to bring your papers?
Asked Will, speaking in a German accent.
I'm not doing a German accent, it won't be good.
And then the soldier went, warum sprechen Sie Englisch? I mean, bit suspicious, don't you think?
Yeah, it is a little weird. He just comes and starts speaking English right in front of him.
Yeah, but it's a German accent, so it's okay.
Oh, no. Bailey's, like, putting in, like... Of course! I know, I put j'aime somewhere. I'm sorry.
Said Bailey in a German accent. I think it's just pronounced them and somewhere. Bingo, here they are. Still don't know why we're speaking English now, but
they're just practicing. They got their covers, their characters are like, I'm gonna play a German who's just practicing English because it's for school. It's a school thing. You gotta keep up with your grades even when you're in the trenches.
After searching, they found the German guns. While planning dynamite, a German officer caught them. Because of this, a shoot-off happened, which quest Bailey to drop the detonator.
Uh-oh.
We're really running through a lot of, like, stuff right now.
Yeah, I feel like all the plot is here. It's just happening so fast.
The plot is just running by. As they were firing, Sarah looked at the detonator. She knew that destroying the guns will allow British tanks to advance. Somehow.
Of course. That's how it works.
Also, I don't know that much about British... I don't know that much about tank warfare, so I might be talking out of my ass here, but did tanks have such a big role in, like, World War I, in, like, tactics overall?
I actually really don't know this. Hey, listeners, viewers, feel free to tell us more about World War I, because I don't know anything about World War I, I guess.
So she quickly ran to grab it.
Rats, I'm on my last load,
said Bailey.
Same here,
said Will. Then Sarah used the detonator to blow up the guns. Wait, what?
They planted dynamite. They planted dynamite on the guns.
Like what? What? I'm confused. What kind of? They only say the German guns. What kind of guns are we talking about? Because it sounds like it's like something like stationary.
I have no idea. It's just
After hearing the explosions, the soldiers and tanks moved into the town, causing the Germans to retreat. After the battle, the commander came.
Sergeant Taggart, Private Handler, you two did a great job. As a reward, I'm promoting you two, Staff Sergeant Taggart and Lance Corporal Handler.
Great.
Thanks, Commander.
I guess they're saying that at the same time.
Yeah.
After saying goodbye, Sarah and Scarlet returned to their universe. Scarlet was there the whole time? Wait, yeah. What?
I guess she was. Maybe she was like I bet Sarah called her back into her Pokeball, so she was like out of the way the whole time.
Yeah, probably.
So that was a thing. That was a story.
Yeah, this sure did honor the memory of the soldiers lost in World War I gotta say.
So
this kind of reminds me of another story we covered in Shorties Pack. I don't know if we were there for that, but this really reminds me of that one Zelda story where Zelda and Link went through a portal and then they had to get back.
Yeah, that's a very common thing of like you go back in time and you land back in a war and you got to find your way back. That happens a lot in DC Comics related stuff, honestly. It just seems you have this premise, but then this story didn't even go all the way with it. You know, it didn't try to explore anything with it. It just said, she goes back home.
Yeah, we just rushed through all of this.
Okay. So, the next story is called Immemorial. It's a Twilight fanfiction. And it's a 9/11 fanfiction.
Finally.
Y'all thought we forgot. Y'all thought we forgot that we were going to do a story for 9/11 this year. We did not forget. It is right here. Okay. Bella teaches Edward about the tragedy. Oh, yikes. Or September 11, 2001.
Either of those, I guess.
Yeah, the tragedy or this. Blessed be all their souls. Ugh.
So, am I seeing this right? Did this take 3 years to make?
No,
when it has like 298 words? Okay.
You'll see what happened. This is some rank bullshit's about to happen in a moment. You'll see. I don't own Twilight. Dedicated to all whom died on September 11, 2001. Blessed may their families be, and shall they. That's a weird way of saying that.
And shall they what?
Shall they be blessed? That was a really verbose way of just saying, blessed be them and their families.
Yeah, I guess. Should I take Bella or Edward?
You can take Bella.
Okay. Edward, why aren't you sad?
Yeah, she's so used to him being a depressing piece of shit. That is a pretty legitimate question to ask.
You know you're not hot when you don't look sad.
Yeah. You need to be smoldering and looking emo as fuck in the corner over there.
Yeah.
Bella asked first thing this morning, after taking her shower and getting ready first, of course. Why would I be sad? Why is she? I guess that he's supposed to be thinking that.
Oh, great. So this is another guy who knows about nothing, learns about 9/11, even though Edward is like fucking ancient.
Yeah.
Like, how does Edward, and he lives in America, how does he not know about 9/11? That doesn't make any sense.
It's like, we read the Teenage Robot story last year, right? And
yeah,
at least you can kind of understand that because Jenny's a robot. She was created after 9/11. You don't.
Yeah,
that
kind of makes sense, but in this case, it really doesn't.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I guess he's just such a shut-in up in Forks, Washington, or wherever they were in 2001. I keep saying 2001 that he didn't remember. Why are you upset, love?
I mean, look, when you live that long, you gotta make room for new memories at one point. Like, you can't keep all your memories or you'd get overwhelmed, so...
I guess it's the only possible explanation, right? Like,
yeah.
The guy lived through World War I, World War II, he saw Pearl Harbor happen. So there's so much tragedy that happened in, like, the past 200 years that this doesn't even faze him.
Although you'd wonder why he'd erase this memory when it has, like, way more relevance than what happened, like, what he might have remembered from World War I.
Yeah. Reminder, this was written in 2009, and it's one of those things where 9/11 was still very fresh in people's mind at that time. It's still fresh pretty now. People always talk about 9/11. It's something that, it's very much of the cultural, it's a very big thing that happened in American history. But yeah, it's... Why are you upset, love? She looked at me stunned.
Today is September 11. Space period. You know Twin Towers. 100 of people died.
That's 100. Just 100 people.
I think your actor was one of them.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Also, he doesn't know the Twin Towers. I don't know why she would think that. She almost yelled, I don't recall such an event.
I wasn't there myself, so I don't think it happened, actually.
I have no clue what you are talking about, I replied honestly. Oh my god.
On September 11, 2001, terrorists hijacked a plane. They crashed it into the Twin Towers in New York City. hundreds, if not thousands of people died. It is the saddest day in United States history.
She told me. Okay, so. That is so
Alright.
weird.
I guess that happened.
Yeah. I said, shrugging. Okay. This is somehow much worse than the one we covered last year.
Not all the people that died were adults, some were pure innocent children. How can that not make you sad?
She said, unbelieving. Wow, that's bad. Who kills children? Not a question. Innocent, pure being that barely have lived.
Okay.
Like, if you're gonna have respect for 9/11, at least spell things right. Come on. Now I'm sad.
You said now, me go cry in the corner now.
I stated, almost sobbing, that was unbelievable.
That I'm crying, that is.
Yeah.
All we can do is pray for their families and be happy they are most likely in a better place.
Most likely. That's not comforting.
Yeah.
She said softly.
Most likely.
I nodded, wiping a tear from her eye. Okay, so this story so far, you look at this, you're like, okay, this is not good, but it's standard 9/11 fanfiction. You know, nothing all that new.
Yeah, it's what we've come to expect.
Yeah, but then you notice that there is a second chapter to this that was posted 2 years later. And you might be
I
wondering,
want to stress this. I want to stress this. I haven't read this yet, so I'm going into this blind.
I have some strong emotions about what we're about to read, so we're going to go to the next
Alright.
chapter. Okay.
Let's go.
Hey, everyone, it's just me. I'm going to ask a huge favor, especially if you're an American. Go to www.americanidol.com and go vote for Scotty McCreery. If you do this huge favor for me, I'll love you forever. It doesn't cost anything, and he's an amazing singer. Help him get his start. Most of us are looking for a break in something. Give him his.
Oh my...
My god. Look.
I gotta say, that is not what I expected.
Listen, though, it's like... Okay, and to be fair, H.D. Cullen, the author, posted this in the other two stories she's written as the last chapter. So she's just kind of spamming on fanfiction.net for people to go vote for this guy, okay?
I guess, but maybe you could have thought to yourself, maybe not on this story?
Yeah, the story is called Immemorial.
Yeah, just a tad bit, just a tad bit inappropriate, maybe.
Yeah, like, look, you were old enough to write this story. You should have been old enough to recognize, hey, you know, maybe I shouldn't advertise American Idol in my 9/11 story. And after I talked about how sad everything is and how sad it is that all those people died, I'm gonna use this story to try to advertise Scotty McCreery. I mean, it's just... You know, he actually won. Maybe this is what pushed him over the edge and won.
Maybe.
It's just... there's no sense. No sense from this author. Yeah,
anyway, guys, now that we've made it through this video full of tragedy, please go vote for Toshiko as OC of the year. You'd really do me a huge favor.
Yeah.
Actually, Toshiko probably wouldn't be my favorite.
See, yeah, most of us are looking for a break in something, so make sure you give him his.
Yeah. Dude went through a lot.
Yeah, and obviously don't bother the authors. I'm sure H.D. Cullen would be very embarrassed if somebody actually called her out on this shit. So, just leave her alone.
Yeah.
And as always, you can check out our Discord. Go check us out there if you want to hang out with us, if you want to leave a story for suggestions. We're primarily looking for stories that are under 5,000 words and not trollfic, so things that were written in earnest that happen to be hilarious.
Yep, and we also have a Tumblr, I guess. And the TikTok.
And remember, if you do not like, do not read.
Bye.
Later.